Hey everybody, on my lunch break here, I been watching, I guess what everybody's been watching regarding C2E2, and I figured I would just drop in and talk about it just for a little bit. Give some people time to join. I don't expect a whole lot of people to jump in. This is just off the cuff. Uh, I'll show you what I'm eating here. And look, this is, like I said, off the cuff, so no intro music, no laser beams, pachoo, or whatnot. It's just me here at my in my dining room with my sandwich, and my wife might jump in. She just went downstairs for a second, but here, my lunch. I have. I'll show you this nice little sandwich today. I have the Ezekiel bread with avocado, fresh tomatoes from my mom's neighbor's garden, a little bit of salt, pepper, and basil. Avocado. I use the avocado mash from Costco. Why? Because the quality of avocados. Hey, Trev. That I've purchased, I've noticed over the past couple of weeks from grocery stores is not good quality. You get, but the mash is always good. It's nicely flavored, relatively inexpensive, but I'm trying to use it up because it expires like in 3 days. Trev, I'm just killing a little bit of time with my lunch while talking about C2E2. I'm also going to do my best not to show you what's in my mouth, but I am on a time limit because of my lunch break. I'm going to tell you right off the bat my feelings on this whole C2E2 nonsense. I'm not going to talk about should the cover have been made. I'm not going to talk about should people have bought the cover. I'm not going to talk about should CGC have graded the cover. I'm not going to defend or attack any influencers, nor am I going to defend any of the little guy, the people who may or may not have been waiting online for this cover. No, I mean, I think there's been a lot said about those points. And I don't intend to really drag this conversation out a whole lot today, even though I am killing time just to let people who want to come in as I'm moving my camera around a little bit. Really, the only thing that I'm taking away from this, because I'm not going to tell you it was stupid to buy a modern cover for $75, whatever they were trying to sell it for. You have your own money. You know what your own budget is. You know what your own responsibilities are. That's not for me to say you should buy this or you shouldn't buy that. And I apologize for coming off that way. My whole thing that really kind of got on my skin with this is just how ugly some people are being about this. And I'm not talking about people who are necessarily even there. Look, I'll say this. I don't live in Chicago. I don't live near Chicago. I'm in New Jersey. I didn't even know about this thing until somebody started spamming a show I was participating in the chat in, not even on, last night. And then it forced me to kind of look it up after the fact and learned a whole bunch of stuff. Because the internet is the internet, a whole lot of rumors flying around, none of which, I shouldn't say none, maybe 95% of which seem completely fabricated from what I could tell. But like I said, at the end of the day, whether you bought this book or agree with this or not, don't start attacking people. So there was somebody that came up on my Instagram feed, and I'm not going to say who, and I don't follow this person anymore because of this, that seemed to really harp on some of these influencers that they alleged cut the line and bought all these copies of and everything. First of all, let me tell you something. If you're in a line and the vendor doesn't have a limit on something, and it gets bought out, somebody gets to the top line and buys everything. That's something that's been going on even outside of comics for the longest time. Maybe I'm a little bit of the old guy yelling at the cloud or whatever, but I remember trying to go buy concert tickets at a record store or a CD store, excuse me, in the late 90s, trying to run to the CD store as soon as they opened up. And just trying to buy tickets to a show because you knew that either Ticketmaster was going to sell out or the machine was going to go down or something. I don't know who White Shadow is, to be honest with you, Trev. Um, yeah, I mean scalpers, and you see it to a different extent today, where if they say, "Oh, be online at Ticketmaster.com at 12:30 to buy your tickets." 12:31, you have a whole bunch of robots or whatever that bought the tickets. I know that here in Jersey, there's a big thing going on with Bruce Springsteen and his tickets, but I'm getting off track. This is nothing new. I really didn't like how this one particular person on Instagram was showing pictures of the influencers, and I mean, making snide comments, whatever. It's the internet. That's what happens. But to the extent where I think it could be potentially damaging to this person's business. Now, I don't know what the aim of the person on Instagram who did this was. They say, "Oh, well, I'm just trying to make everybody aware." Look, whenever I shouldn't, before I go into that, I'm going to say the amount of posts that person had and the veracity, and I was going to say vulgarness. It wasn't vulgar, but it was just excessive and mean spirited. Again, I know it's the internet. That's what it's for. I was in that line 10 people behind Chip. I don't know who Chip is. But, and again, I'm not disputing or talking about should the company or the vendor have limited numbers or anything like that. That's a whole other discussion that many people are having. What I want to focus on, don't be ugly about it. Whether you agree or disagree, don't attack. Oh, White Shadow. I have to look up White Shadow now. I'm curious. Don't go and start attacking people on a personal level. You could, I know that there was somebody who said, "Oh, I didn't buy any," and then there was a screenshot of that person selling them on whatnot. Okay, that is what it is. I've seen a lot of things that were like photoshops, and I'm not naming people. And look, yeah, obviously I have a YouTube channel. I don't consider myself an influencer. I have less than 200 people, and yeah, I'm on YouTube. You're watching me on this or some other magical app, if not YouTube. I'm not saying this to defend anybody, and I'm not saying it to hopefully hope these bigger influencers want to didn't take photos. Just what I saw. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not even saying, look, if you're online and you're pissed that it got sold out, yeah, you have the right to be pissed. Okay, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about the people who it's not the pictures that they took at the show. And I'm beating around this because I don't want to name the Instagrammer. I don't want to put anybody on blast, even though I kind of am, I guess you could say. But I'm not mentioning any names. Why don't we say that? I'm not adding into any credence. This is somebody, Beckerman, who took pictures from the influencer's profile or videos or whatever, and made some really kind of horrific, in some cases, comments about them personally. And again, I'm not trying to kiss up to anybody. This is just my take. And I've said that a bunch of times already because I'm meandering. Don't be ugly to each other. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, you didn't get the book. You were pissed. I can understand. You're waiting online. I'd be pissed about it too. But there's a different way to go about it. I watched a little bit of Bueller's feed earlier today, and he brought up something that was a very good point. Why are you getting upset about this? There's bigger dangers and troubles in the world to get upset about. Hey, Matt, I'm just bitching. Ukraine, inflation, you name it. There's a million other things for you to be upset about. You don't need to go attacking people over this, especially on social media. It makes the community just, to me, to be honest, it's everything against what we as a community should be. You see something you don't like, great. Hey, Mark, don't support it. If you don't like it, don't support it, but don't drag down others who, in a way that, I mean, I'll say this. I'm not an attorney. My wife just went downstairs. I'd ask her paralegal opinion. Some of the stuff that was being said, in my opinion, was a little slanderous. Like, I understand everything you said over a reprint. Yeah, I'm not even talking about the reprint. I'm talking about just people being nasty to each other. Um, you know, the way I see it, a lot of these influencers that people want to call out are people who, yes, this is their primary way of making money. This is how they put food on their table. If you're going to go and you're going to say to them, well, this person overcharges anywhere, this person is dishonest, or this person kicked an old lady and 4 kids out of the way to get this book, and it's not true. I would think, if I was that influencer and I'm hearing this, my first call would be to an attorney, been like, hey, look, this guy's actively slandering me on social media. I'm sorry, I'm watching my camera because my son is sleeping. Sorry, just checking, making sure he's okay. This person is slandering my business. It affects my ability to make money. Yeah, I'm thinking that you might have some kind of a legal action, and I probably would be on the phone or online with Instagram or with YouTube as well if that person's a YouTuber. And again, I'm not talking about, Trev, I'm not saying anybody's names, so I'm just going to hide that. Okay, I don't know how to hide that. Can you take that? Oops, sorry, I hit it. I'm not going to say anybody's names, and I'm not jumping on you for doing it. I'm just trying not to draw attention to that. And yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Anyway, like I said, look, I'm on my lunch break. How's everybody here today? Hey, Kenneth. Let me know if you need any help with that link. If not, maybe we'll work something out in a couple weeks. On a good note, I met Dan Housing, got some signatures, and worked on some of my long-term sketch projects. Awesome. I've been saying to my wife that honey, I think he just flipped. Sorry, he just flipped. My little guy is rolling now, and he rolled onto his stomach. So I just saw that. I just asked my wife to go grab him because that's not good. Yeah, I was just saying to my wife, I really haven't had a lot of time to work on art in a serious manner. Really, since the baby's been born, it's about time and energy. And look, I mean, that's something I need to work on and make time for. Anyway, look, we're only here for a few minutes. I honestly think pretty much everybody who's in this chat, I know, and I've kind of gone back and forth with, even just like a little comments here or two, or I've seen some of your videos and stuff like that. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here, but I mean, I could tell you that the person who did put up these negative smearing things, and even like I said, there was one particular picture that was doctored. I know it was, and if you follow the influencer and you look at this picture, you could see that it was doctored. Yeah, I immediately unfollowed that person, and I was a little surprised to see that some people I know and people I've interacted with and I'm friendly with kind of chimed in like, oh yeah, now you're putting this person on your blast. Thank you for bringing this up. At the end of the day, I feel like if you go to the extent of bringing up such a slanderous picture like that, you're not doing it to help anybody but your own ego. That's my hot take. We're about 13 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the feed, finish my excellent sandwich, talk to my wife a little bit, and get back to work. I hope you all have a great day. Stay positive. Peace, love, and comics. Take care.